My name is Walter. I'm 60 years old, and I don't have a home. It wasn't always this way. There was a time when I had a house, a family, a warm bed, a kitchen filled with the smell of coffee, and even a dog who followed me everywhere. It was a simple life, but it was mine. I had a job, a wife, and 2 kids I taught how to ride bikes and how not to be afraid of the dark. But life has a way of changing when you least expect it. My story doesn't begin on the streets. It begins like so many others, with love, with hard work, with dreams of forever. I married Sarah when I was 26. She was everything I wasn't, joyful, strong, full of light. I worked at a machine shop. She was a nurse. Our children, Luke and Emily, came along quickly. They were my world. Nothing made me prouder than coming home to their voices and their hugs at the door. But things started to fall apart in my 40s. It started with my back. Years of lifting and bending caught up with me. I injured a disc and couldn't work the same. Then came the layoffs. The factory shut down. I lost my job. I tried to stay strong, but the weight of not being able to provide crushed me. I started drinking. At first, just on the weekends. Then, whenever the silence got too loud, Sarah begged me to get help. I told her I didn't need anyone. When I was 47, she asked me to leave. She said she couldn't watch me destroy myself, or the kids. I left with a backpack and some change in my pocket. I thought I'd be back in a week. I never went back. My kids stopped calling. I don't blame them. They probably think I gave up. Maybe I did. By 50, I was sleeping at bus stations. By 53, I knew what real hunger felt like, the kind that makes your stomach scream. By 55, I stopped caring if people saw me digging through the trash. When you've lost everything, pride doesn't feed you. Some nights I sleep on a park bench, others in a shelter, if there's space. I've got a blanket that smells like mold and a backpack with everything I still own. A picture of my kids when they were little, a worn-out pocket knife, and a letter I started for Sarah but never finished. I've met others like me, people who once had families, jobs, names that meant something. No one is born homeless. No one dreams of this life. One day, a little girl gave me a cookie and said, "My mom says we should share with people who are cold." I cried. Not because I was hungry, but because for a moment I felt human again. Most people don't look at me. Some cross the street when they see me coming. Some whisper, some shout. But the worst is being invisible. I've learned to survive on little. I've learned to treasure a warm cup of coffee like it's gold. I've learned to fall asleep to the sound of my own breathing when there's no roof over my head. But I've also learned to forgive myself. I wasn't a perfect father. I wasn't a good husband at the end. I was stubborn. I pushed everyone away, and I live with that every day. Not just on the outside, but deep, deep inside. Sometimes I dream of seeing my kids again, telling them I never stopped loving them, that I never stopped being proud of who they were, that even when I had nothing, the thought of them kept me alive. But I don't know if they'd recognize me now, or want to. They must be grown. Maybe they have kids of their own. Maybe they tell them stories about a dad who disappeared. I've lost things I'll never get back. My home, my family, my dignity sometimes. But I haven't lost everything, because somehow I still have hope. Yes, hope. Hope that one day someone will listen. That my story won't just disappear, that my voice, though worn and cracked, might help someone else find theirs. Today I'm 60. I don't have a house, but I have memories. I don't have a bed, but I still have breath. And as long as I'm still breathing, I'll keep walking. Maybe one day I'll find peace. Maybe one day I'll find forgiveness. But for now, I just want someone to see me and say, "There goes Walter. He's not just a homeless man. He's a person. He matters." And maybe that's enough.
How do I live when you're not here? Every breath feels heavy with tears. The echoes of you still fill the air, but I'm lost, staring at the empty chair. 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 And when my journey comes to its end, I'll find you waiting, my love, my friend. Until that day, this pain I'll wear. Met you in that summer haze. Sky was golden, nights were endless. Hearts that whispered secret phrases, locked in moments felt so timeless. Seasons changed but we stayed steady, caught in laughter never ending. Pictured us in frames already, perfect love, no need pretending. Everlasting time ain't bending. Through the heartache we'll keep mending. Nostalgic dreams, they keep us strong. In our hope where we belong. Dancing in the autumn leaves, promises that wind won't sever. Whispers turn to silent pleas, but in my heart you live forever. Nights of heartbreak fade like shadows. Morning brings glimmers of sunrise. Hope that fills the empty hollows. Healing starts when we remind eyes. Everlasting time ain't bending. Through the heartache we'll keep mending. Nostalgic dreams, they keep us strong. In our hope where we belong.
They're still empty, the nights are long, but in my heart you still belong. Your love's a light that guides my way, through every shadow, through every day. Though you're not here, I feel you near, in every smile, in every tear. Your voice still whispers, pulling me through, a love so strong I can't undo. I'm not alone, not alone. Your love's the strength I've always known. Even in loss, I feel you here. Your heart beats on forever near. burning, but I stand still, learning to love you through the will. Every sunset, I see your face, a tender reminder of your grace. Oh, though you're not here, I feel you near, in every joy, in every fear. The love you gave, it's pulling me through, a legacy that starts anew. I'm not alone, not alone. Your love's the strength I've always known. Even in loss, I feel you here. Your heart beats on forever near. I'm not alone, not alone. Through every trial I've grown, your love still shines to guide me through. I'll never be alone with you. Love is eternal, it never fades. It lifts me up in the darkest of days. I'll carry your light wherever I go, through every storm, through every shadow. I'm not alone, not alone. Your love's the strength I've always known. Even in loss, I feel you here. Your heart beats on forever near. I'm not alone, not alone. Through every trial